Welcome to your free English lesson. This series will focus on the alphabet. This lesson will cover alphabetical order. It is important to write when you are asked to. It helps you to learn. You can use a whiteboard, but ideally a notebook would be best. That way, you can keep a record of your learning. There are 5 intended learning outcomes to achieve by the end of the lesson. 1. We are learning that the alphabet has a specific order. 2. We are learning that knowing the order of the alphabet is a life skill. 3. We are learning to say the letters of the alphabet in order. 4. We are learning to sort words in alphabetical order by looking at the first letter. 5. We are learning to sort words in alphabetical order when the initial letters are the same. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. These letters are in a specific order. The upper and lowercase letters in order are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. These lessons will break up the memorization process. This lesson will focus on the first 7 letters. Say the first letter after me. When I pause, you repeat the letter. A. Now say the first 2 letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. A, B. Now say the first 3 letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. A, B, C. Now say the first 4 letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. A, B, C, D, Now say the first 5 letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. A, B, C, D, E. Now say the first 6 letters. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now say the first 7 letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Repeat the first 7 letters 3 times. Then write them down, saying each letter as you write. When I pause at the end, you repeat all of the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. When words and names are sorted, they are always in alphabetical order. This can be seen in lists, files, titles, bibliographies, references, and books on library shelves by author name. It is a life skill to independently sort into alphabetical order. It is essential to know the order of the alphabet by heart. There is a simple trick to sort words and names into alphabetical order. Just look at the first letter of the word. For example, bag, frog, apple, car. Apple begins with A, so it is first in order. Bag begins with B, so it is next in order. Car begins with C, so it is next in order. Frog begins with F, so it is next in order. These words are now in alphabetical order: apple, bag, car, frog. If the initial letters are the same, look at the subsequent letters. Each of these words, apple, ant, acorn, begins with the letter A. Look at the second letter of each word. The second letter in apple is P. The second letter in ant is N. The second letter in acorn is C. Each of these words begins with the letter A. By looking at the second letters, we can see that the letter C comes first, followed by N and P. These words are now in alphabetical order. The same pattern applies for any words that have the same initial letters. Look for the first letters that are different. Put those letters in alphabetical order. For example, Brisbane, Bright, Britain. The names of these places all begin with the letters B-R-I. The fourth letters of these words are different. Use these letters to order them alphabetically. Each of these words begin with B-R-I. By looking at the fourth letters, we can see that G comes first, followed by S and T. These words are now in alphabetical order. Write the following words in alphabetical order. Each of these words begins with one of the first 7 letters introduced in this lesson. Set 1. Dog. Apricot. Card. Egg. Grape. Boat. Fire. Set 2. Game. Forest. Amazon. Clock. Boston. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. These words are in alphabetical order by looking at the initial letters. Apricot begins with A. Boat begins with B. Card begins with C. Dog begins with D. Egg begins with E. Fire begins with F. Grape begins with G. Amazon begins with A. Boston begins with B. Clock begins with C. Forest begins with F. Game begins with G. Here is an extender for anybody who would like a challenge. Write the following words in alphabetical order. Look at the first letters that are different and order them. Set 1. Cold. Case. Cap. Circle. Cycle. City. Set 2. France. Finland. Fiji. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. These words are in alphabetical order by looking at the subsequent letters that are different. Cap and case both begin with CA, so the third letter P comes first and the third letter S comes next. Circle and city both begin with CI, so the third letter R comes first and the third letter T comes next. Cold, the second letter is O, which comes after the I. And cycle, the second letter is Y, which comes after O. Fiji and Finland both begin with FI, so the third letter J comes first. The third letter N comes next. France, the second letter is R, and R comes after I. Thank you for watching this video. Watch it as many times as you need to master the intended learning outcomes. I hope that the content helped you to learn more about alphabetical order. Watch Lesson 2 for the next set of letters. Please like and subscribe for more lessons. There is a lot to learn, so don't give up. Keep believing in yourself and you will learn. See you next time. Bye.